Hello, welcome back to the Football Chat. We are here for Premier League predictions. It feels like it's been quite a while.
It has been a while.
Because it has. We haven't had football for about 3 weeks now. So obviously no Prem predictions. But we're back. It's game week 24. So only 14 more weeks of Premier League action after this one. And yeah, pumped for it. Some interesting fixtures. No real huge games. But obviously any slip-ups from the big sides could have major implications on all the fights for positions in the league. Go on.
Obviously, there is only 9 games this week because
Chelsea are away at the Club World Cup, so no action for Chelsea or Brighton, and only 9 games. Right, we'll start from the first one. It's the first on the Tuesday. Newcastle United versus Everton. Oh, I don't know about this one. You know, it's going to be Frank Lampard's first in charge in the Premier League.
Yes, Premier League.
Should be Dele Alli, Donny van der Beek's debuts for Everton. Newcastle, they'll have the debutant Bruno Guimaraes.
Maybe even Target.
We could see Target start. We could see Wood again. We could see Trippier. So some new look sides. Obviously Everton as well also brought in the likes of Michaelenko. Left back. So yeah, I think in terms of who did better business, probably overall Newcastle made some good signings, but I do like Everton's. Like Everton's business,
and I mean, obviously,
especially since they robbed Tottenham with Dele Alli, saying they'll pay them after 20 games, but there's only 18 games he can play until the end of the season.
I'd say. I mean, Everton without Van der Beek and Dele Alli because they're cup tied. They beat Brentford 4-1 in the FA Cup, which is an incredible result for Frank Lampard, saying how good Brentford have looked at times.
I think especially against how poor Newcastle look, Frank Lampard's faster flowing attacking style of play he's implementing now at Everton will massively overrun Newcastle.
I think this could be a big Everton win.
Yeah, I'm going to go similar to Ranieri's second game in charge. I'm going to go 5-1 Everton. Bit of a left field shout. Ooh. Newcastle obviously at home. They don't want to be embarrassed in front of their home fans, but I think they will be. And I think they'll be left having to pay refunds after an absolute smash up.
I'm going to follow where you've gone. I'm going to go 4-0.
Yeah, fair.
I think Everton will keep a clean sheet, and I think they'll score. I think they'll absolutely dominate.
We could be massively wrong and Newcastle go and win, but that's football. Right, now on to the second game of the week, of the midweek fixtures. The second one on the Tuesday, it's West Ham versus Watford. I really don't know what... Again...
Watford under Hodgson.
This could go either way, because West Ham have looked good this season, but then they did look dodgy against Kidderminster in the Cup.
Mm-hmm. I'll see.
They've struggled at times. They did nothing in January that I can think of.
No.
Don't think they made any big deals. They may have signed someone that I've completely blanked on.
They were looking at Jesse Lingard.
And Darwin Núñez as well. They were looking at him.
Yeah.
Watford will have the likes of... Dennis didn't go to AFCON in the end. But they'll have Dennis back from suspension.
I think it's going to be really hard to break that Watford team down. We saw Roy Hodgson's first game against Burnley. He's gone into that job,
but Watford. I think if Watford had Dennis, they would have scored.
He's gone into that job and he's got Watford their first clean sheet of this season.
I think Hassan Kamara is a very capable left back. He's looked very good in his opening few games. I think Watford could come away with a bit of a shock win here. I think especially with the new manager bounce.
It's going to be what Roy Hodgson's going to go in
momentum.
There and do. He's going to go get clean sheets at places like Turf Moor, like he did in his first game. He's going to go play defensively, try and play for the clean sheet, and then they're just going to try and kick it long, get the ball into their striker, and hope he can get a one goal on the counter that wins them the game.
It's a little bit concerned that they only got a point against Burnley, because realistically, if they want to stay up, that Burnley game needed to be a win.
Yeah,
it's the best result for Newcastle and Norwich that they drew.
I'd say without a Dennis though. I think.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go Watford win, but I am going to go for a draw. I'm going to go 1-1. Bowen to score for West Ham. I think we predict the same people. I'm going to go someone else because I go Jarrett Bowen every week.
Like he's in your fantasy team.
He's not.
He's in mine.
He's not anymore. I took him out because he doesn't score. I'm I'm going to go for a Craig Dawson header against his former side, and then a Craig Cathcart header against West Ham.
He's my fantasy.
Oh, yeah. You've got the weirdest team.
I think Watford will play really well. I think Watford will do well. I think they'll go 1-0 up, but I think they'll eventually end up losing.
I think Watford could be the better side, but they get unlucky.
I think they'll lose 2-1.
Fair enough. Who's getting the goals in that game then?
I'm going to go Bowen, not because he's in my fantasy team, because he's good. And a goal from Declan Rice. Scored against Kidderminster, he's going to score again. And then Watford, Dennis back. Dennis is going to score. From a Craig Cathcart long ball, 1-1. Last game on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's the final game of the Tuesday night. Burnley versus Manchester United. Last game out, Burnley draw with Watford. I think they'll be happy to take the point from that. And now they get to face a side that has just been knocked out of the FA Cup by Middlesbrough. But I think the momentum's with Burnley.
I really don't. I don't know.
I think United will win.
I think they will. I think
as much as I want to say, Burnley are going to come away with the victory. I just don't see it happening.
I think United will want to prove a point, and then want to bounce back from after the embarrassment, absolutely embarrassing loss to Middlesbrough on penalties.
Yeah.
How? Jesus Christ.
I do think United will rest some players though, because who they got next weekend?
Obviously, the Champions League is coming up. That's the only competition
United can still
realistically win, which is
because they play Saturday. They play Saturday and Tuesday next week, and then the week after they play Leeds, and then they have their Champions League tie. So I think they'll want to win. Quite a run.
They'll want to go far in the Champions League because they're out of everything else.
Yeah, quite a difficult run for United. Then they've got a lot of games in a short amount of time due to COVID and stuff like that.
I think they'll rest against Burnley, but I still think
I'd imagine they drop a few players. I don't think Ronaldo will play. I imagine it'll be Cavani.
No. I'm going to go 3-1 United.
I'm going to go 1-0.
Okay.
Because that's how United win. They have a draw or they win 1-0, and it's usually a McTominay goal. But I'm going to go for Luke Shaw to grab a goal.
Okay. I think Weghorst...
If he even plays.
I think Weghorst will score for Burnley.
He went very close on his debut. I think he does add a bit of dynamism to Burnley's attack, which they were missing.
So I think Weghorst for Burnley.
Because he's an unknown entity in terms of...
For United...
the Premier League.
I'll say... Fernandes, Cavani...
Bruno's in good form, to be fair.
And a Harry Maguire header. Why not?
Is that an own goal then, 2-2? It seems more likely.
3-1.
Into the Wednesday night fixtures then. Manchester City face Brentford. Now, obviously Man City come in off the back of a 4-1 dismantling of Fulham. Brentford come into this off of a 4-1 being dismantled 4-1 by Everton. I only really see one way this goes, and it's a 3-0 Manchester City victory, in my opinion.
I'm going to go for more than that.
Oh.
I think City are going to absolutely smash them out of the park. I'm going to say 5-0 City.
Wow. I thought you were going to go like mental, like 7 or 8 or something crazy. I'm going to go 3-0. Goals from Philip Foden, Gabriel Jesus, and Rodri.
I'm going to say Bernardo Silva double.
Mm-hmm. Is he in your fantasy team as well?
No. De Bruyne, Grealish, and Foden.
Sharing the goals across the squad.
That's what City do. And I think they'll absolutely rip Brentford apart.
So I was just checking you actually counted up there, because I thought you said 6 different names, but no, you hadn't.
I'm not that stupid. Another big game.
Right, yes. Norwich City versus Crystal Palace. Norwich off of a big FA Cup win over Wolves, 1-0. And the game before that, they picked up a victory.
And the game before...
like a 2-0 victory over Watford.
They're coming into this... I don't think I've ever said this, but they're going into this game coming off the back of 3 wins in a row.
Yeah, that's a good run for Norwich.
Dean Smith is really...
Crystal Palace did alright against Hartlepool. It was a pretty standard performance. They didn't slap them 7-0 or something. It was 2-0, right?
It was a weaker side, probably.
I think it was 2-0.
Hartlepool at home.
Well, Elise was playing, Conor Gallagher played, Gurhey played. To be fair, they haven't played in 2 weeks, so it makes sense why they play a bit of a stronger side. Yeah. Norwich did rest a lot for their game against Wolves, and they still came away with a victory. I'm going to favour the home side here. I think Norwich are starting to show they have the minerals and the ability to stay up this season, putting together a good run of form, and I think that's going to continue into this game. Palace have looked really strong this season. Elise, Gallagher, Edouard, Zaha, all putting in some fantastic performances.
The Canaries at home.
But I think Norwich will have just enough. They're in good form. They've got Gilmour back now, who's a fantastic creator.
He was very good against Wolves.
And they've got Josh Sargent on a bit of form. If they can continue that...
No one's ever said that before. But he is. He's playing really well at the moment.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm going to go Norwich to win 2-1. Because I still think Palace will score. And the last time Norwich played Palace, Norwich deserved to win. It was a very messy game, but I think Norwich deserved to win. Palace ended up winning like 3-0, but there was some dodgy ref decisions, I'm fairly sure. If I remember the game right, there was a red card as well for Norwich. I might be remembering it all wrong, but I'm fairly sure it was a bit of a dodgy game, and Norwich should have come on top. I'm going to go for Norwich to win 2-1. What about you?
I'm going to go 2-1 as well. I was thinking, 2-1. I'm going to go Sargent and Grant Hanley.
Nice.
Is he fit?
Probably not, but whatever.
Anyway, I'll go Sargent and Grant Hanley for Norwich.
Actually, just lever the ball at the him sat on the bench. It hits his massive noggin and just flies in.
And then I'll go Gallagher for Palace.
Well, you've almost gone identically to what I was going to go for. I'm going to change it now. I'm going to go McLean to score again after his goal against Wolves. I'm going to go for Max Aaron's goal. Hasn't scored in the Prem yet. Gets his first. And then I'm going to go Michael Elise to continue his good form into this game and get a goal for Palace.
Lovely.
On to the next one, SNS. It's, Spurs against Southampton, but Tottenham plays Southampton. I don't know about this one. You know,
this is obvious.
Southampton struggled a bit in the cup against Coventry. Just about managed to squeeze past them. Wasn't easy at all.
Beat. Who did they play?
They haven't played yet.
No.
They're out, aren't they?
No, they were the 8 o'clock after Cambridge.
Oh, Brighton. I didn't even see that.
They won 3-1.
Did they?
For I think it was a Harry Kane double and a Solly March own goal.
I'm gonna check that. I completely forgot that game even happened. Kane double, March own goal, and Basuma scored for Brighton.
I also look at because
Kane's on a bit of form now.
It was actually a couple of weeks ago. It was the reverse fixture of this, Southampton at home, and
they won.
They won.
Southampton won 1-0.
10 men as well, weren't they?
Ward-Prowse goal. It was either a win or a 1-1 draw. I'm fairly sure it's a win.
No, I think it was a 1-1 draw because they got a penalty and a red card.
No, and then Kane
scored the penalty, but
yeah.
then Tottenham somehow didn't manage to get past the 10-man Southampton defence, which shocked me. Tottenham at home though, Harry Kane's coming into this game off a double, which makes a change.
He's hit a kind of a good patch of
I think Tottenham will just nick it.
I'm going to go 1-0 again. I'm going to go because Southampton, they've got the likes of Livramento back now.
Yeah.
Livramento's back from injury, and I don't think Tottenham will have quite enough to just keep scoring. I think Tottenham will get the first, and then Southampton will come back later on. I'm going to go Jan Bednarek to get that late goal for Southampton, and for Tottenham, Heung-min Son's back. I think he's going to work his magic and get a fantastic goal. Just open the scoring.
Nice. I think Tottenham are going to win 2-1. I think they'll just knit something jammy, something lucky.
Yeah, like it deflects off someone and the keeper.
I'm going to go.
That's the wrong way.
Kane and Højbjerg for Tottenham, and
of course ex-Southampton player Pierre Højbjerg,
and Carl Walker-Peters for Southampton. Why not? Scored at City last Premier game.
Ex-Tottenham player. Right.
Exactly.
On to the next one. It's the first of the Thursday night games. It's Aston Villa versus Leeds.
No, it's the 8th.
Was it another Wednesday?
The later Wednesday game.
Right, fourth one on the Wednesday then. Aston Villa versus Leeds. Obviously, Villa made quite a few deals.
Big
Good deals
deals,
over
huge deals.
the transfer window.
Best deal.
Bring in Coutinho, Digne, Olsen and Callum Chambers. And more importantly, they don't have Matt Target as their left back anymore. So,
but he should have stayed at the club because now I haven't got any replacements.
Back up,
but that's a different day.
What I do think Villa are better off though with Digne at left back because he'll better contain.
So much better.
He'll better contain Rafinha than Matt Target.
I don't even. I
Rafinha versus Matt Target would have been murder.
Even if Rafinha, it would have, and even with Digne is so much better. Digne is so good. He looked really good on his debut against his former team, Everton.
I'm fairly sure Rafinha's fit.
I think Leeds are really struggling with injuries.
Leeds are struggling. They've had a tough season.
The whole end, scaring all the Leeds players away.
I'm just going to check the Premier League table quickly. Because Leeds are close to the drop now.
They are very low.
They're only 6 points above Norwich. Wow. They do have one game in hand. And there is Everton between Leeds and Norwich. But I do think Everton under Lampard will be able to get out of that fight.
I think they'll be miles away.
And I do think Brentford could be dragged into that fight if Norwich continue their good form.
I think Villa are going to win this quite comfortably.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 3-0 Villa.
I'm going to go 4-1.
Okay.
I'm going to go Digne, Coutinho, Ings, and Jacob Ramsey on the score sheet, as well as Jamie Shackleton for Leeds.
Okay. I'm going to go...
Don't even know if I play.
I'll go Coutinho...
/start, but you know.
I'll go Coutinho, McGinn, and Ings for Villa. And a very nice performance from the boys in Claret and Blue.
Right, now we're on to our Thursday night games. The penultimate fixture of this 9-game game week. We have Liverpool versus Leicester. We're a bit of a depleted Liverpool side, I imagine. That we still won't see Salah or Mane back because they'll be playing on the Sunday night in the AFCON final. They could be back for Thursday, actually. I don't know if they'll play, though, if they are back.
They might be on the bench. I'm expecting a Liverpool front three of Luis Diaz, Jota and Firmino, which I still think is an incredible front three.
Well, they might play Diaz, Jota, Salah.
Maybe if depending on how Salah's
or Diaz on that right. Well, they've played this. Liverpool play today. AFCON finals today. Anyone that plays today for Liverpool will also play Thursday. Anyone that plays AFCON today could then also play Thursday. I get they've got to travel back now from Cameroon after the game, and obviously there'll be celebrations for whichever one wins, and commiserations for the others. But yeah, I think Liverpool could have a very strong side back. Leicester, they've got all their AFCON players back, so good to see Daniel Amati back at the club.
Oh, yeah.
That's it, isn't it? Yeah, because
I think
Zambia didn't qualify.
I think Liverpool are going to win this one pretty comfortably.
Yeah.
Maybe not
Leicester beat them last time.
Yeah, I think Liverpool win it though. Maybe not comfortably, but I think they'll win it.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 Liverpool win. And goals from David Ton, Luis Diaz, and Fabinho.
I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going to say Jota and Robbo.
Mm.
And then for Leicester, I'll just say Jamie Vardy. Obvious.
Yeah, boring and obvious, but sure.
They'll probably punt the ball long and he'll just run onto it and slap it home. Because that's what Jamie Vardy does.
Fair enough. On to the final game of the game week, when we did consider doing Liverpool, Leicester and Wolves Arsenal on TFC Live, but we're not going to do either of them now. But we will be back with live action at the weekend for Inter versus Napoli, hopefully. I think I'm doing that game.
Should do.
Napoli versus Inter, but yeah. The last game of the game week, Wolves versus Arsenal. I really don't know which way this is going to go. Wolves have had a really good season.
Yeah.
Off the back of a win in the FA Cup.
No, lost.
Sorry, yeah.
This is my problem. I don't know what to do with Wolves. Because obviously, last month had a great month. Bruno Lage got married in the month. and then they've gone and lost in the FA Cup at home to Norwich.
Yeah, but then Norwich are also in good form, and it was a depleted weaker Watford, weaker Wolves side, so they clearly don't care as much about the FA Cup.
Lately for Arsenal,
Arsenal haven't played in a few weeks.
Yeah, because obviously they got knocked out.
They didn't play in the FA Cup because they got knocked out by Nottingham Forest. which is funny, but yeah.
Oh dear, Lewis Graven.
And we can laugh because we're Chelsea fans and Chelsea are through. Just.
We definitely didn't have to go extra time against pissing Plymouth.
Imagine Liverpool lost today as well. If Liverpool lost today in the FA Cup,
that's the problem. We are recording this on the Sunday, so
we haven't seen the Liverpool game yet.
All Liverpool players go break their legs.
Yeah, but they're still going to win. Right, Wolves Arsenal. No one's going to break their legs between now and kick-off unless they do it in training.
I think this is going to... I don't know if it was this year, but I've seen the game. I've watched it. It was Monday Night Football, Wolves-Arsenal, one year. I think it was either last year or the reverse fixture this year. I think it was the reverse fixture, and it was a boring old 0-0. And I think that's what it's going to be as well.
Well, you're going boring, I'm going bold. I'm going to go 3-2 Wolves. A bit of a crazy fixture. I don't think it's really exciting at all. I think it's 0-0. Wolves will take the point. I can see that happening, to be honest. But I'm going to just go bold. I'm going to go 3-2 Wolves.
I'll take the 0-0.
I'm going to go for goals from Jimenez, who is in my fantasy team. I'll probably take him out. Connor Cody and Ruben Neves. Mm-hmm. And then Smith Rowe and... I was about to say Callum Chambers, I remember he's just left. Tomiyasu to score for Arsenal.
Lovely.
And a big 3-2 victory. Right, that is about all for Premier League predictions this week. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like. Comment below what you think some of the scores will be and obviously what team you support. And then how they'll get on in this game week.
Is this on Spotify?
Yeah, this will be on Spotify, so if you are listening on Spotify, make sure to head over to the YouTube and leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that lovely stuff. And if you're listening on YouTube, make sure to head over to the Spotify, share the love, add to episodes, hit the download button. Massively helps us out. But yeah, guys, if you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
So yeah.